Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA, is known for his extremely effective frugal living habits that led him from poverty to fortune. We researched his outstanding habits and collected the 14 IKEA owners' smartest frugal living habits you seriously need to consider starting ASAP. 1. Finding creative ways to cut costs. What's now known as the essence of IKEA, flat packing and building your own furniture, was a flash of genius that came to Ingvar Kamprad when starting his business. When trying to fit a table in his car boot, and his friend asked him why he didn't just take the legs off, reports 9 Now. This frugal shift dramatically lowered the cost for IKEA and the end customer. 2. Functionality is key. One of the biggest tenets of IKEA is to never waste. Mr. Kamprad always made use of whatever he had until he couldn't anymore. In fact, the Volvo he had driven for 20 years was in such bad condition that a friend desperately tried to convince him to stop driving it due to the danger thereof. Take care of your items and let them last long. 3. Reuse it all. Believe it or not, Mr. Kamprad was often seen using his tea bags multiple times to make sure he got the most out of them. To him, every single penny counted, and his obsession with saving money proved its effectiveness through his riches. Maybe you do not have to go to such an extreme, but the point is to analyze what you can reuse more often. 4. Flying economy. The IKEA founder was so passionate about frugal living that the New York Times reported this regarding it. His cut-rate flights were taken in part as an exemplar to his executives, who were expected to follow suit, to regard employment by IKEA as a life's commitment. He lived frugally and expected those who would succeed him to do the same. It may be hard to drive a car for so long, but no worries. These next frugal living tips are much easier to practice. 5. Staying at cheap hotels. Traveling is always an expensive venture, which is why Mr. Kamprad opted to stay in hotels that provided just enough. Why spend more than you need for a room with a bed? 6. Shopping for bargains. It's in the nature of Småland to be thrifty, said Ingvar Kamprad. Småland was the province in Sweden where he was born in, and that region taught him the frugal habit of always finding the best deals for items you want to buy. 7. Taking home salt and pepper packets from restaurants. Let's face it, salt and pepper are necessary staples in a household, but they can sometimes be pricey. So Kamprad took advantage of the many packets that are always available in restaurants, so he wouldn't have to pay for the foundational seasonings. 8. Looking for cheaper options. We all need haircuts, but haircuts can be insanely expensive. Ingvar Kamprad had a price threshold that he sought to keep so he would get his haircuts in foreign countries to save. Normally, I try to get my haircut when I'm in a developing country. Last time was in Vietnam. Think out of the box when finding new ways to save money. 9. Buy clothes at flea markets. If you look at me now, I don't think I'm wearing anything that wasn't bought at a flea market. This quote from Ingvar Kamprad speaks volumes about his obsession with frugality. 10. Taking local transit. It was reported that Mr. Kamprad would visit his office by traveling by local transit. This not only helped the environment, but also helped him enjoy the journey and spending no money. If a billionaire can do it, you can too. 11. Living in a small home. While he could afford a private island, Ingvar Kamprad enjoyed the quiet, simple, and frugal life with a small home that suited his needs. He never took more than he needed, and look where it got him. Great job! You've just completed 65% of the Ingvar Kamprad's smartest frugal habits. The final 5 habits worked best for him. Let us know in the comments if you could live in a small home if you were a billionaire. Stay away from borrowing money. Even before the conception of IKEA, Ingvar Kamprad never took a single loan and started building his now famous global company from money given to him by his father for chores and small sales he made since he was 5 years old. 13. Had many side hustles. At a young age of 5 years old, Mr. Kamprad sold matches and pencils for extra cash. And just as he was starting IKEA, he was selling old furniture and paintings to people for money. Old items always have a purpose. As the saying goes, one person's garbage is another person's treasure. Before I share this last frugal living habit, like the video and let us know in the comments below whose frugal living habits you'd like us to cover next. 14. Optimizing your living conditions. Sweden has notoriously high taxes for corporate businesses, and Mr. Kamprad was not willing to throw away his hard-earned money for it. Sometimes, making a move to find cheaper living conditions is the best thing you can do. I'm sure you'll be interested in the best and smartest frugal living tips from one of the wealthiest people in the world. If yes, you want to click this video. Friends, I hope you gained value from this video. If you did, share this video with your friends and family so they can get value from it too. Subscribe to the channel so you'll never miss our upcoming videos. I'll be sure to keep bringing you these videos. Thank you for your valuable time.